What's up, fam? How are you doing? Welcome to my channel. On today, of course, we're going to talk about it's story time. Yes, the last story time was about how we got kicked out of SGR, and if you didn't watch that, by the way, click on the link above just to watch it and then you come back. So on today's story, as we've seen, the topic is, I wanted actually to do it like a standalone, like just doing benefits of crying but I thought it doesn't make sense to just do it like that. Why would you just come from nowhere and cry? So I'm going to share with you 2 series that I watched this year. It's still January, yes, and I watched them this year, January. And if there is a year that I've started with crying, is this one. I don't know why, but when the year started, I felt really emotional. Like, of course, the 31st was fine, and then now first I was at home. Now I think around 3rd or 4th, I just wanted to talk to someone, and on that day, everyone that I called was just busy, or someone was either telling me I'll call you back and they never called back. Everyone was just busy with their life, and you know, being an adult, I don't blame them, because sometimes things get thick and everyone has to attend to different things, and plus some people are taking their kids to school. Everything is just happening this January. Everyone is busy trying to set their year so that it can go smoothly. So yeah, so I can't blame anyone. So you know, instead of feeling sorry for myself that time, I decided to go through Netflix, and boom, I bumped into some series called Spinning Out. Yes, and the reason why I even clicked on it is because it was written emotional and drama, and I was very, very emotional. So I just wanted something that I could watch and just connect with. So Spinning Out is a very emotional movie, and it has one of the main characters. Her name is Kat. Kat lives with the mom and this younger sister, and she really loves skating, ice skating that is. She was really struggling with so many things, love and this family. She was trying to balance the two, and I could relate to Kat because she was just suffering. She was in pain. You know, the way sometimes you're going through so much but you can't share with anyone. You can't just go out there and tell people. You try to keep everything together, and I think most of the people are living like that. And when people keep so much inside and they don't let it out, sometimes it will just come and beat you up. And I thank God because I could just connect to that series and cry and let all my negative energy, my negative feelings out and put it out there. So I think I watched that series on a day, just within one day, like 10 episodes the first season. I sat and watched all of it. And I remember also in this series, I think there are a couple of things that I learned, which is one is not letting go of your dream, just follow it. Because I remember Kat was thinking of leaving the country and going to London, but she just decided to, you know, I don't want to give you guys details because for those who've not watched it, I don't want to spoil it for you. But anyway, it just taught me that you need to follow your dreams no matter how bad things are, and then you need to let the past remain in the past and not carry it with you. For example, if you're someone who believes in love, and maybe the people in your family, most of them usually don't get married, some of them don't get into relationship, maybe your parent and your mother and your father are not in good terms. It's their story, it's not your story. So don't let that affect you. Just focus on yourself, focus on your goals, and if you find someone that you can love them. Don't let other people's bad story make you not have a good story of your love life and all that. The thing is, I just cried. I cried because I could feel this chick, like when she was going through so much and there was no one, and she just took all her energy to perfecting her skills in terms of skating and all that. So guys, I think we all need to figure out that one thing that works for us, that we can always go and do whenever we feel low. And she used to cry, and that which is a good thing. It's good to cry. Then series number 2 that I also want to talk to you guys about is one that I watched, I think last weekend. So I went to Netflix again and stumbled into Cheers. Cheers is a documentary that shows the life of being a cheerleader. It's done by some guys in States. One of the things that I learned watching Cheers is that everyone has a story to tell. Everyone is going through something. There's always some story behind every single person that you meet. And when they were doing this documentary, of course, they could go into their lives and you could see how they share one thing, which is maybe pain. All of them have something behind them, and they come together and just, you know, put it on the dance floor. And there's a guy in Cheers who reminded me of when I lost my dad, because he lost the mother as well. A few years ago, when I was dancing, I used to dance professionally for like I think 7 years, and I used to dance with Stompers, which was a group from ICC. And I remember there's a time we participated in Sakata. We were going to semi-finals, and then I was in school, I was in college at the same time I was dancing. I was just, I've never done one thing in my life, just one thing. I'm always doing one and the other and the other and the other. So that particular time I was going to do my final exams, and on that same day we had to go and shoot like one of the episodes. During the week on Wednesday, my mom called me and told me that my dad wasn't feeling well, and my dad had gone to the hospital or something like that. Was on Wednesday. So on Friday I had a paper, like exam. It was my last paper in school. I think I was doing newspaper reporting on that day. So my mom called me when I was about to do my final paper, and then she told me that, hey, your dad is normal. So I was like, oh, okay. So let me just finish my exam, go shoot this episode for Sakata, and then I'll call you later. That's how I answered my mom. So yeah, so it just made me feel the way sometimes in life things can be going on, like many bad things can be going on. As much as you are busy trying to do that which you love, there's just so many things that go on, and you try to keep all these emotions and act like everything is fine, but it just gets towards at some point and you get to crash. And I remember it didn't hit me that my dad passed away until after the performance that we did. It's when it just hit me that my dad is no more. So I don't know. But Cheers was really, it's a nice series that you all need to watch. And now I'm gonna end this video by giving you at least 4 reasons why you need to cry and why I usually cry, especially on this particular one. First of all, I know crying is a stress release. Because I remember the first time I cried this year was because I was feeling kind of alone. I was feeling like I really needed to talk to someone, but I could not. And when I watched this series, I connected with that particular chick called Kat, who was going through so many things and was like alone. And yeah, so it helped you release stress. And after I cried, I just felt better. There's a scientific explanation that goes like that says stress hormones are found in tears. So when you cry and let those tears go, the part of stress is usually like going. And then another benefit that I think I usually get after crying is that crying is cleansing, because it makes you feel lighter, it makes you feel better, and I think it's very, therapeutic, and it just makes you feel like you've just started a new life, like you've let go of all the things that were dragging you behind. And yeah, so it's something that I would definitely advise you to do. And then another benefit is that crying prevents depression. And the reason why I'm even telling you this is because I've been stressed so many times, like ever since I started living my life when I was very young, and there's so many things that I've gone through, there's so many challenges that have come in between, and there's so many risks that I take every now and then. But if it wasn't for crying, by the way, I know God has my back, but sometimes, when you're here, how do you release stress? So crying has been a way of releasing stress, because crying prevents depression. And depression, I believe, my own definition is that it's a lot of stress put together, many emotions that are not dealt with. So when you cry, it's like you're letting it out, because of course you've heard me saying stress hormones are found in tears. So the more you cry, you let go of that stress. So it means you're not gonna pile it, and it's not gonna fall. You're not gonna fall into depression. That is what has been helping me, because I never get into depression because I let go. Like I cry a lot, and it does not show that you're weak. If there's one thing that I've come to learn is that people with strong personalities are the most emotional beings. Like I know I have a strong personality because I've been told before, and I've done a couple of tests, and yeah, but sometimes as much as we are there for other people, sometimes we also need to be there. We need someone to be there for us, and if you can't find that someone to be there for you, then you have to figure out how you're gonna let go of your stress. And this is something that has been working for me, because I can't come and cry in front of you. I can't, and I'm sure someone else can't. So just figure out how you can do it. Then the last point on this, last benefit of crying, is that it's the fastest way of moving on. So when you're ready to let go, for example, in relationship, you're in a bad relationship, you're done with it, you just want to let it go, you want to start afresh, you just cry and let it all go. And I'm sure most of the people who are heartbroken I usually cry. That's why they cry. Yep. So I don't know who's building what next to my house. I have no idea. But anyway, guys, that's it for today. If you like this video, thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. Just press on that beautiful lady you're seeing over there. And until next time, guys, kisses.